Wow. Hey, hello everybody. Oh goodness,
Oh.
this is like a little bit off here. Oh, hey, there we go. Wow. You'd think it's been a minute since we were live. You would think it's been a minute. Anyway, hello, I'm Tori.
Bill.
And we are
Yeti.
back, and Bill with his plug for Yeti. So anyway, we are here and we are excited. It's been a while since we have been live on here. I think it's actually been a couple of weeks, and I haven't done a YouTube video in a couple of weeks, I think. It's been a little bit. We've been super busy, and we'll talk about all of that. We'll go into a couple of different things. Yeah, it's Sunday though. What was that?
It's Sunday.
It was a magnet. No, it was a magnet. What we were doing right now, literally 5 seconds before we went live, Bill was steaming some chairs we got for free, and I was Gorilla Gluing a picture. That is what we did. I think I got the Gorilla Glue off my fingers though, so I think we're okay.
Oh.
I don't know. Do you use Gorilla Glue? I think that Gorilla Glue is amazing, and I think that it's one of those things that is important to have in your toolkit. Always have Gorilla Glue. Yeah, I think that's a really good tool. What is a tool that you use in your toolkit that you couldn't live without?
I don't even want to go on the list. The steamer.
The steamer, yes, we just used it. Yes, yes, yes.
Hey, Lynn.
Wow.
Hey, Restyle.
Hey, Lynn. Hey, Reseller Secrets. Hey, Debbie. So anyway, it's been a minute since we were on here, so we wanted to pop in. We miss everybody, and we also wanted to give you a couple of updates because we will not be live next week at all because we will be in a cabin in the woods with no cell service and there is electricity, but no cell service, and so it'll be a nice disconnect, and I'm super excited. And then we're moving right after that, so. Hey Laura, hello. So before we get too deep, I do want to point out my earrings because I know someone will probably say something about them. I am so enamored with them. I got them from Logan at Junk Food. She makes and sells all kinds of handcrafted items on Etsy, and she is an amazing reseller. I really enjoy everything she does. She's a really great person. She was actually on one of the lives that I did recently on TikTok. So she is also over there on TikTok doing really great. So I did support her small business and got these earrings. And do you want to type it in? It's JUNQUE food. So Junk Food. Yeah, and she has adorable things. She does masks as well. So she and I both do a lot of sewing. And she does masks that are adorable for little kids. So they have the lanyard that hooks on, and then they have like gummy bears, and her branding is on point. I mean, if you want someone to be inspired by for branding, she is your girl. She's fantastic.
Restyle says their cabin's opposite. They have cell service, no electricity.
Oh, yeah. And the cabin, so it's one of those things that I never knew how much I needed to disconnect until a few years ago when we went to the cabin for the first time, and just being there for a week, fishing for your own food, sitting outside at a fire pit with your family, getting up in the morning and doing a crossword puzzle with a family. I mean, those are those little things that, I mean, I think now with the way everything is, a lot more families are spending time together, but my family lives in Seattle. My dad lives in Seattle. My brother lives in Seattle as well. And so we don't get to see them very often. And so this is, a chance for us all to come together, and I'm very excited.
No, Debbie, there's no phone number. If you're not getting labels, just give it a little bit. They usually every once in a while have a glitch that doesn't work.
Kosh labels?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have seen that before, but usually Poshmark will post something. They have a status. So if you go to the app, there is a way to check out the status and see what's going on. And if not, you can always tweet them. If you do Twitter, I'm not a big Twitter person, or you can message them, but usually it typically resolves pretty quickly. And it's Sunday, so they may be doing maintenance because you are not really shipping on Sundays, so that could be as well. But 10 orders though, Debbie, that's amazing. That's fantastic.
Just give it till the morning.
Exactly, give it till tomorrow.
Don't stress about it. They'll work it out.
Because tomorrow's Monday, and then I think that anything going on for Sunday, they should.
Tomorrow's Monday.
It's Monday. I love Mondays. Mondays are excellent. So anyway, so that's we're going to the cabin, and as I mentioned before, we were doing a couple things. So we got a couple of amazing chairs recently for free, and that is something I have in the notes to talk about. But before we get into that, it's kind of some reseller related updates, because we always like to start with that. If you are brand new here, if you're joining us from, wherever, we are small business owners. We primarily sell on Poshmark and Etsy. And so we've been changing, we've been pivoting a little with everything going on. This month in particular, we haven't been doing a lot of focus on, on reselling, just because we've been moving and getting ready to go on vacation. And the move has kind of been a big thing. And so I see, if anyone has ideas for Debbie, please put those in the chat. We definitely want to see if we can help any way we can.
I would just try to sign out of your account if you're not on the desktop, and then sign back in on whatever you're using. That's all I got.
Yeah, but yeah, any suggestions at all? So we haven't for this month really. Hey Aaron, I just almost said hi Tori. Wow, that's where my brain is. But we've been sharing. So Bill's been sharing our typical amount 3 times a day, except on Sundays and on the weekends. But we haven't been listing. Yesterday. Yeah, we haven't really been listing anything, and we finally are feeling it. So last month we were definitely pulled back from reselling, but we still had our normal month. We still made over $1,000 net. And so this month we were like, well, it started off pretty well. But so far this month, our last sale was on August 12th, and we have made a gross amount of about $330 for the month, and $150 of that was Etsy sales. These were handmade sales, so a little less than half was based on Etsy. But again, we haven't been listing. We haven't been really active on YouTube or in the community because we've just been so incredibly
We've been
busy.
active.
Well, we've been active. Like, I was so surprised that, just doing some physical activity really makes a big impact on your body. And I know people talk about exercising and how important that is for self-care. And for me, I've just never enjoyed it. But I'm not even talking about exercise. I'm just talking about literally getting up and walking up and down stairs and around a house. And I am just really surprised at how much better my body is feeling just from moving items. And we're not moving a huge amount of things.
Hey, designer does. Wait, who's not moving a huge amount of stuff?
Bill is moving everything.
Excuse me.
Oh, okay, so let's talk about what the process has been so far. So, and this may seem really odd to you, but because we got the house on July 24th, can't move in, still the floors, we're still waiting on those. So we've just been doing kind of a slow roll, a slow-mo move, if you will. And the thing with the slow move is it really lets you take your time, not get stressed out. And so we didn't rent van, we didn't rent anything to do. Bill's just been taking over multiple trips because we're only a few miles away. So, Bill's going back and forth, and he has been moving. In fact, his hand is bruised. I don't think it'll translate on there, but his hand is bruised. I'm a little bit bruised, but he's been moving. He moved almost all the inventory over by himself, which is a lot. If you saw on Instagram, I was showing some pictures of what it looks like. Gross. So it was a lot of effort on his part. And then I got to come in yesterday, so I left him at home.
So I could recover.
So he could recover, and I got to go into our new area, the garage, the shop, and I swept and I started doing inventory, Bill's favorite thing in the entire world. I spent about an hour doing inventory and relabeling all of our bins. And the reason I'm doing that is because, as we expand, as we grow, I'm really starting to find that having this inventory system that I started way back in the day is still working. But I want to upgrade it, and I want it to fill more of our space so that we can expand. So in order for me, and because my ADHD brain, the way it works, I can't just go and change out labels. I had to go, and each bin, I had to go through every single item and make sure it was inventory, which we should have been doing anyway. So if you're not doing a standard inventory, you need to. You just need to, because luckily I didn't find anything at all that was at a place yet, but I also in 1 hour only was able to do 4 bins, and we have over 20 bins at this point. I don't know. But it was good. It felt good. I got through some things, and now I have more work.
16.
I don't know. We changed the numbering system. So that's one of the things with when I first started, I had the little tiny little drawer bins, and they worked perfectly for a small space for like 100 items. It was great. And then now, as we progressively, attained more inventory, we have the big giant bins. And so we were starting with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then we ran out of the alphabet. And so I realized that that's not really smart. If you want to expand, you don't want to use a lettering system because
numerical.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work. So instead, I changed it to a numerical system: 001, 002. So I started doing that, and then I printed out these labels. And this is what we're going to do for shoes, and I'm going to show you.
Oh, you didn't even bring them over.
I
Nice.
didn't.
Hi.
I am wearing shorts today, which is weird. But it is like 100 degrees today.
Yeah,
So,
post-pick.
yay, Jewel. Excellent. So one of the things that I did is, do all of you have a Rollo or Dymo or some form of printer? If you don't, I will tell you, you should get one. And I'm not sponsored or anything. Rollo yet, I hope one day. I love Rollo. I love the product. But one of the things I've started discovering is there are so many different things you can do with your printer, whatever one you have. And I particularly, again, love Rollo. So I got, this great idea. I was changing my branding a little bit, and I realized, I can use it to print out some like care labels for my handmade items, and I can print out some stickers. And then I realized, well, then why don't I use it to print out new labels, right, for our inventory system. So what we're going to be doing is all of the clothing items are in the large bins, and we're going to give you a full tour once this will probably be after vacation because that'll be for a full week, but all of our inventory bins, our clothing bins, are all going to be 001 and above, right? Hoping that we maybe eventually get to the hundreds. We're going to have hanging clothes that we're still going to be utilizing, but we're going to get another rack. We do have a clothing rack. And I'm going to get little hooks, and then those will be numbered as well. But those are going to be reusable, and that kind of leads into this. So with our shoes, this is how we actually have been storing shoes. Now, these are my shoes. I store my own personal shoes the same way.
The shoes that will fit in there, by the way.
Yeah, some shoes don't fit in here.
The boots.
Yeah, but the ones that do fit in here, it helps, keeps them protected. But what I'm finding is because it's, a bin, I can't really say it's over in this location. I could number the shelf, but that to me didn't seem like in line with what I wanted to do. So for the shoes, what I'm going to be doing is, hey Amber, and hi Jacob, I saw you there. What I'm going to be doing is the shoes are actually going to be alphabetical, but then the clothing will be numerical, because with the shoes, we probably anticipate only ever having enough letters in the alphabet anyway, and we can reuse them. So for example, if this is going to be bin A with my cute little white kids, these are mine, but if this is bin A and we were to sell these shoes, then we can put another pair of shoes in bin A and reuse it. So it does help also cut down on waste and keeps it completely organized. So, on the rack itself, it'll be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, yada, yada, yada. So I'm really excited, and again, just using the Rollo printer, I was able to print out 4 on the 6x4. I'll cut them and make them pretty. And these are super cheap. I think I pay $15 for 500 labels, and because you don't ever have to pay for ink with those printers, it actually is super economical, and you don't have to buy any other stickers. So that is kind of our process that we're going to be using or our new inventory system once we move. And again, I'll document it, and I'll show you what it's going to look like. But really, it's what we're already doing, just in a bigger area, because we have so much space. So much space. We're also going to be expanding to a different kind of reselling, and I'm really excited about this. I know everyone's kind of pivoting right now. There's so many of you out there that are, selling different items. Like some people are starting to sell kids items where they didn't, or they are getting pallets when maybe they didn't, or doing retail arbitrage, or whatever it is. But something that I've always done since I was younger. And Bill's watching the hockey game. If you're wondering, it's his team is playing. I'm surprised you're not wearing the
It's at the house.
Oh yeah, we moved most of the stuff. We moved most of the stuff over, except a little. But see, one of my favorite pictures right here. I love
Getting moved
it.
tomorrow, by the way.
It's just balancing on like the iron back there, but I wanted to bring it out and say hello. I'm gonna try to recreate it, by the way. So what was I talking about? Oh, something that I've been doing since I was younger is upcycling furniture, and
Jacob's pivoting
what's
towards listing and finally stopped buying.
Yes, but that's huge, right? I mean, I think that that's even a big thing is listing more, and we'll be doing that once we move after vacation.
After
but
my back stops hurting.
One of the things, again, that I've always done is upcycled furniture. Now, I've never flipped it. I've always done it for myself and then, maybe given it away or, whatever. But I've never done it as a form of reselling. But I realized that that is something that I absolutely love doing. Bill and I both have the skill set to do it. And so with his muscle, so with all the sanding, which it does take a lot of muscle, and my creativity, I feel like we're going to be able to really create some amazing pieces. And we're actually going to be doing that for the house.
Hey, Quimby.
Anyway, so our goal for our home furnishing is that we're going to try to purchase everything that we can, either for
Hey, Leslie.
free, so maybe not purchase it, get it for free, get it at the thrift, get it secondhand,
There's
and
plenty
upcycle.
of people around us that I'm sure have a ton of stuff that they just want to get rid of.
Exactly, it's so crazy, and that's what happened yesterday when we got back, or when I got back from organizing the inventory. There were just 2 Parson chairs that were sitting at the trash can because so many people in our apartment are moving right now. And I looked at these chairs and I thought, I mean, I could upcycle them. They're whatever. And then I get them upstairs. I brought them up myself, by the way. I'm pretty proud of that. And I looked at them and I'm like, I'm not going to change them at all. I mean, we could have found these and we could flip these for probably $40 realistically on Facebook Marketplace without doing anything to them. But we're actually going to keep them. Bill already steamed them, so that's important. They're clean, right? You always want to make sure that they're clean. And they're going to go on our front porch. We're going to spray them down with a little bit of Scotch Guard. And then I also found a free little table that I'm going to refinish. And so, I mean, those are the things. We're, as resellers anyway, we're all used to, saving the world one item at a time. Well, with furniture, that's also another place that we can do that. So that's kind of where we're going to be going in September, because we have so much space now. And now I won't feel like bringing in a new piece of furniture is going to be taking over the whole house. How do you
It's
feel?
not going in the house. Now we have to make sure that we don't hoard stuff.
Yes.
We
Yes.
clean something up, then we flip it, then we get something else.
Yes.
Oh, that is so not what I wanted to see.
No, it's so true. It's so true. I have to remember that, because while you can find a lot of pieces for free, you also have to be mindful of, are you going to be able to flip it? You don't want it to turn into, as Bill mentioned, like a hoarding situation. But there are so many things. And I saw, yes, that a few people are saying that they upcycle furniture, and there's just so many things you can do with so many different techniques. And we're also going to be doing that on the wall in the office. So super exciting.
Not the office.
Oh, the studio.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to take a breath because I've been talking like crazy,
Hey,
and I
Lori.
see a ton of people. So Leslie, Lori, oh my goodness, hello. Yes, I don't want to miss anybody because I'm just going to keep chatting as I do, because we're so excited to be here. Yes. And I saw Adrian, yes. Hello.
Make
Listen.
sure your daughter is safe, Lori, please. Have a good night.
And then I think I said hello to Amber. Just making
Hey,
sure I
Darren.
get
How you doing?
everybody. Kim, hello. Darren is here. Excellent. Hey, Darren. Okay, cool. Didn't miss anybody. So that is kind of what our next step is going to be. With all the space, we're going to be able to do the upcycling of furniture. And then with the studio, so once you have a space of your own, you can customize it how you want. Now here, for our studio, we got the sticky wallpaper, and you may have seen it if you've seen any of the pictures that we've done. It was just brick. It was like a white brick wallpaper.
It was good until it got hot.
Yeah, it was great until it fell off the wall, which there are things I could have done to prevent that, but we knew we weren't going to be here that long. So I thought about doing that again, but it does get pricey. I mean, I still think that I paid at least $65 for that wallpaper wall, and then we had to take it down, and that was a waste. So I was trying to think of other ways that we can customize it, you know, from a DIY perspective without spending a lot of money, because
we're in a house, not an apartment now.
Exactly.
Also, so
And
it's ours. We can do whatever the heck we want to do to it when we want to do it.
Exactly. Well, and that's why I was thinking, oh, we can do wainscoting, we could do, you know, paneling. There's all
No,
these
you want
things.
to shiplap.
Oh,
Really?
shiplap. Oh my goodness, we could totally do it. But it gets really expensive really fast, and
Yeah.
then we would have to invest in a saw, which I thought that I was gonna do anyway. So what I did, or what I'm in the process of doing now, is I painted the wall white. Bill did help a little. I will give him credit for helping a little. I did most of it, but you did help a little with the paint. It's true. Probably 70-30. That sounds about fair, right? Yeah, I think it was about 70-30. But we painted it ultra white, just flat, just a plain old flat white wall, which is great for photographs. And then what we're gonna be doing is I got a gold Sharpie paint pen. Okay, bear with me though. Gold Sharpie paint pen. And I did purchase, we've been trying to also purchase things on Etsy to support other small businesses. So if we can't find it for free or discounted or local, then we are definitely supporting Etsy. So if you are someone who does handcrafted items on Etsy for the house, make sure you let us know, because there's still things that I'm looking for, like metal work. I want to get Bill a sign for the front that's an anchor and these things. So if you do that type of thing, or you know someone, let us know. We'll totally check it out.
I won't. She will.
I will.
I don't.
Because I'm getting all the things. So I bought a stencil from Etsy, and it's just like a chevron stencil. And so they actually made it so that it would work really well with the Sharpie markers. So
it's not really, but it isn't a chevron. It's like
a
separated,
disconnected chevron. It's more. It's kind of. I mean, yeah, it's like this, but it has a space. And so you just do that pattern throughout the whole wall. But then, so I got that, and I thought that's what it was going to be for our photos, with gold on white. So it's not going to be too distracting for photos, but it'll still have that texture that I'm looking for. And then I decided, after I started looking at more online on Pinterest and everything, I might just do a geometric, like, triangle shape. So that's in my wheelhouse 100%, because you just take the long...
When are you going to find time to do that?
Oh, I'll do it, because it would take me just as long to do the chevron than it will take to do the geometric. Because the geometric, essentially you're measuring. You're like, every foot, you put a little pencil mark, and then you take your ruler and you put a pencil, and then you take the Sharpie and you go over it, and you end up with this gorgeous chevron, like...
Are you insane?
I'm not asking you to do it.
Whew.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it on a test wall first. Bye, Amber.
Thanks, Amber.
So yes. And I saw Darren had a question, and I think it might be related. I wanted to.
Do we ever pick up paintings at Goodwills or yard sales and flip them? We don't flip them. We pick them up for...
Yeah, we don't flip them though.
She picks them up.
I keep them
for us.
No, but I think that's a great idea. Also, with that, I've seen a few different artists that they do things with kind of those older paintings that might have damage to them or something. There's one that I follow. She's an embroidery artist, and she actually takes old prints and like old postcards, and she embroiders things on top of the paintings themselves. So she's kind of rescuing them.
Like the guy that did the bedroom stuff, that painted over the old French photos?
Yeah, it was an old black and white French photo, and then he went in and did some not watercolor, but pencil maybe? We got these so long ago, at a thrift store, because most of our art is thrifted. This one right here that I love, I actually want to try to recreate this, because I love the colors in this. I think it speaks to me. I got it, pretty sure I got it at like Marshall's. I didn't spend that much on it, but I know that I could recreate something similar to this. It kind of has that lattice look to it. So, and I love those colors. That's really, the color scheme in my office is like a royal blue turquoise, and then the pink chair, Adrienne, the pink chair. I still have her, and she's actually over here now because I'm working out of the dining room. But yeah, I think that that's a really great idea to upcycle and try to flip those. And so that is a great suggestion. Show these pictures are so cool. We got these, I'm gonna say like 17 years ago or something,
That was a long
16.
time ago.
And the artist information is on the back, right? And then he signed it. They're gorgeous.
Yeah,
It's a two pack.
Yep.
From Z Gallery, they had it. We paid, I remember this because they were $20 a piece at Savers in Arizona.
So
and I remember thinking,
yeah, he hand painted. So this was black and white, but he hand painted all this
it's so cool.
stuff in there.
Well, and that's the thing is you can find things like this. And so they were $20 a piece, and back then I was like, I can't spend that kind of money. But then it was like 50% off day, so I paid $20 for the pair of them. And I think now if I were to resell those, I know that I could sell them for at least $100, if not more. But yes, Darren, such a great idea. Look for those pieces. Even if there's damage, there are things you can do if you're creative. Changing out the frames, painting the frames. I did one frame where it was a little damaged around the edges, and so to make it look kind of like gilding without spending a lot of money, I had gold nail polish, and I just touched up the little spots with some gold nail polish and rubbed it, and it worked so well. So you don't have to spend a lot of money on those type of things. So we have some great plans coming in September, but again, for the rest of August, I think we're going to be going on vacation mode tomorrow. We were going to wait till Tuesday, but since we haven't had a sale since the 12th, my mind is just, let's just put the business on hold, which it's okay to do that. It's totally okay to do that. It'll still be there when we get back from the move and from vacation, and so that will be our goal. Now, I've never put Etsy on a hold, so I think with Etsy, and any of you Etsy sellers out there, Leslie, I know that you're big on Etsy, but I know you can change your production time, but I would assume that they have a vacation mode. I would assume that they do, because I'm afraid that anyway, we're going to put everything on hold starting tomorrow. That way we can really hunker down because we are leaving at 5 a.m. on Wednesday morning for an 11.5-hour drive. It's going to be fun. I'm probably going to be doing social media on Instagram the whole time because for 11.5 hours with my dad, my dog, and Bill, it'll be a fun time.
This is going to be rough.
Yeah, they'll just listen to me talk the whole time, which is, luckily my dad hasn't seen me in a little bit, so that's good. Okay, so that's what's going on with the reselling business. Okay, good. Leslie says there is. Okay, I assume that they must have something.
Have to have something.
I'll just have to remember to do that. We already changed all of our addresses and everything, by the way. I already did all that, so that's a good thing. U.S. Postal Service, little shout out. That's another thing, and I think, Darren, you actually brought this up on the last live about, USPS. What do we think? What's going on? Things are escalating. I keep thinking about...
I think they're escalating in Washington, D.C., but we haven't seen... we've been getting... the boxes that we ordered a week ago, we've gotten tons.
Yeah, we were getting ready for the last part of the year, the last Q4, right? And so we knew we were going to expand the business, so we ordered a ton of boxes to be delivered to the new house, and they actually delivered them way faster than we ever got them here. It was within a week, and we ordered a
lot.
I think over 100 boxes, and they got them there right away.
3/4 of them already because we got the little polymailer envelopes today.
And I have seen a little bit of extension with shipping times, but it really hasn't been impacting. It hasn't been impacting us with comments or anything like that. But things that I've ordered from Etsy are taking a little bit longer. But I'm also using flat rate, and that does take longer anyway.
Well, and that's. It's handmade stuff.
Yeah, and then it has to be produced or made and that kind of thing. But anything, so if you are wondering, do some research, see what you can do to support the Postal Service. Some of the things that I've heard, which I thought were super cute, you can just buy a book of stamps. It's $11. And I know in this day and age, we do not buy stamps.
No,
most of us.
I
don't know the last time I purchased stamps.
When the last time that I licked a stamp probably 8 years old.
Well, I think they're sticky now. They're sticky now.
Really?
They're stickers. Yes, I do know that. But you could do that, help support them. But they also have merchandise. So one of the things I've been seeing on Instagram is they have dog costumes, like postal carrier dog costumes, and I thought they're only like $17.99 too.
Oh my
So those are those
gosh.
type of things where as small business owners, we're always thinking about how can we support other small businesses. And the postal service, they aren't a business, right? They are a service. That is a service
They're
that
supposed to be federally funded as well.
well, all I know, and again, we're not getting political or anything, that we don't do that on this channel, but I will say they're so important. We anything that we can do to lend support.
I didn't know they were sticky.
That's
It's like,
what we're gonna do.
And get the gross glue on you.
But yeah, if you're looking for fun USPS merch, then check out their site because hello, a dog costume. Lily might be that for Halloween this year. Surprise! Lily's gonna
Darren
be
said
a
he's had
postal
packages
worker.
take as long as 2 weeks to get
Really?
delivered.
And is that with priority mail or flat rate? Or
If
that's the
he's
same thing?
If he's on
Or is it from
Posh,
Posh? But it may not be Posh. It might
Oh,
be
that's true. It might be
eBay.
eBay.
And I don't know if everyone saw, but eBay, so we don't sell on eBay, but eBay is encouraging everybody to use an alternate provider. Posh can't do that, right? Posh has
No.
an agreement with,
Yep.
that's all the shipping is done through USPS. So that's that. But there's some cute things out there. So that's kind of,
Yeah, Jacob, selling to Canada, that's gonna take a bit of doing.
well, I know actually quite a few people that are still selling, outside of the United States, and it's taking. I accidentally ordered something from Kiev. On accident, I didn't know I ordered from the Ukraine, but it's a small business and they make dog collars, and so it's taking a few weeks. But I would assume anytime we're shipping outside of US, it's going to take a little bit. What else did I have on here? The new Taylor Swift album came out since we last chatted. No one probably cares, but I do. I've actually put that on the list of say new Taylor album. Anyway, I love
It's been a while.
her. It's been a while. And we talked about free furniture. Yeah. So that. Yeah, I think that I don't think that on Posh you can sell to.
Not
Canada.
Not from here.
No,
It's gotta be eBay then.
Oh.
Posh. Priority.
Oh, and so I didn't see anything about the shipping going up. That's interesting because they just had the actual hike going up. So I'll be interested to see what happens there. I know. I keep thinking all these things that are impacted. So, for example, I use Pirate Ship, and I don't know if any of you have heard of Pirate Ship, but when I'm shipping something outside of the platform, like on Etsy, I will go to Pirate Ship, and Pirate Ship will give me the best rates. They'll give me a discounted rate, and it's super simple. And you just print the labels, done from home. And all I'm imagining is if anything happens to the USPS, Pirate Ship is, they're like, that's done. So
Yep.
there's going to be so many different businesses impacted, not to mention the people that are going to be impacted. But again, I'm not going to get political with it, but the Postal Service, I feel like we need them.
Yes.
We need them. I saw someone posted a meme that they're the only mail carrier or only delivery service that actually, your privacy is part of their job, right? Like with FedEx and USPS or UPS, they don't care. They don't come to you. It's a different thing. It's like it's different. Anyway, okay, I'll get off of the Postal Service now. But that's what's been going on. What has been going on with all of you? I feel like.
What does everybody think Q4 is going to be? Is it going to be like this? Going to be crazy? Nothing?
I don't know. Well, I'm glad to hear that that Jacob is listing more because I know that we actually have a money pile. It's crazy when we move stuff over because we did a thrift haul a couple of weeks ago. And in the thrift haul, we had a bunch of great pieces, but we just haven't listed them because they're over at the new place. So I'm excited to see our new location, the new photography that's going to come out of it.
She's excited for me to do more listing and less moving.
Yes.
That's basically what she's
I'm
trying to
excited.
say.
I'm excited to transition back into the business. And one of the other things about the new place is that we have a... Perfect. We'll have to check that out.
Yep. Thanks, Darren.
But I have a whole big backyard and this beautiful Victorian front porch.
You have a big backyard.
So I'm going to be... Yeah, I do. It's all mine. So I'm going to be doing my fashion photos are going to be outside.
Also.
Can't wait to do pictures outside again. It's been forever. On a day like today, that would be bad though because it is over 100 degrees right now.
Yep, 101.
Oh yes. Oh, Leslie, good luck. Oh my goodness, that was what we were doing too. We have to have a space that's going to be dedicated to the business.
So
and
we can leave the business
Yes.
and then go to the house and there's no business there.
And I can't even tell you, I didn't realize how important that was because when I started the business way back April of 2018, it just kind of crept into our house and Bill was, he wasn't reselling at that time, but he was fine with it. And then it started building more. So then we got this apartment and we thought, oh, we have so much space to expand. And then we filled that space. So having just a dedicated, and I think a lot of people, or not a lot of people, but a few people are rent office spaces, rent business spaces. And in my mind, I thought, well, that's a crazy expense. But now I realize it's, because I know like Denali, she has a business space, and so does Kristen and Kevin, Voyage is a Verb, and it's just, what I've heard from them is that having that dedicated space, it helps you separate it, because if not, it just becomes it's running your whole life, which, you may not mind, but it's just, it's nice.
It's kind of nice to sit on the porch and just listen to the birds.
Yes. Well, and since I've been at the house, every time I go, it's just a cool feeling to walk into this house that you're in love with, that doesn't have any furniture yet. The only thing that's in the inside of the house is a fan and
which is in the bathroom
and the router. So we did get internet hooked up there.
And I have to move that for sure.
But that's it. And it's just nice to be able to say, okay, well, when we walk in this room, we're going to do this. But then when we go up here, this is what happens here. And everything has a place. So now building out the closets is going to be super fun for me, and organizing. I know it's not your thing, but the organizational piece is, I'm just so stoked. In plants, and all the plants. I'm gonna have all the plants. I already started. Every time we go to Lowe's,
hey Daniela.
Every time we go to Lowe's, I'm like, okay, if I'm going to Lowe's, I'm getting a new plant.
Yeah, I don't want to see it. After I'm done with work, I want to shut the door to the freaking shop. Be like, I'm done.
Exactly. Well, and that's why even with the studio, so with the space that we have, so the studio upstairs, I am going to install a rack. So then that way, if there's something that we didn't get to during the day, you just shut that door. Because it's not a room, it's going to have the light, it's going to have everything in there, the light box.
Nobody needs to go in there except
exactly.
me.
It'll just, the door will shut, and it's like end of day. It's kind of like with my day job. At the end of my day job, I shut my computer, and that's shutting my door. And it does, it makes, most of the time,
Okay.
yes.
Keep lying to yourself.
Yes, but I think it does, just that separation makes a huge, huge impact. So, I mean, I'm so excited about this house. I can't even. Oh, yes, plants all over. Your mom has a YouTube channel about plants? Oh, make sure, put her channel in the comments. Put it in the comments.
So, if anybody in the chat, there's 34 of you, have kids, are your kids going to school, like in person or virtually?
That's a really weird topic to bring up. Bill, it's on the top of Bill's mind. He's been watching CNN and yeah, it's been. I'm trying not to.
I know the kids here in this part of the state are not going back. They're going to go virtually until people say, okay, you can go back. Blah blah blah.
Well,
Virtual for mine.
One thing I will say.
The Planet Mom's Journey.
The Planet Mom's Journey. Okay, I'm actually gonna write that down so I can look at it.
Because if we had kids, I would not send them back. I saw the mess in Georgia still going on. They shut down 3 high schools today because 500 positive tests after a week.
Well, Anne, what did you hear about the flu shot? That we should get it?
Correct.
Okay, so here's something, and again, we're not getting political. This is not political, but again, thinking about the way
Awesome, Darren.
things
Good
have
to
kind
hear.
of, progressed. So Bill and I have never had the flu.
No.
We haven't had the flu, and I've also never had the flu shot. But I've also been a little bit, younger and haven't really been around people that were susceptible. So, it's kind of a selfish thing. And actually, 100% it's a selfish thing.
Hey, Sorenzo, that's awesome.
We just never got the flu shot. And then Bill looked at me the other day and he was watching
that was
CNN.
Like last night.
And he said, I think we should get the flu shot this year. And I agree. Even though in the past, and I'm not an anti-vaxxer at all. I'm like full on, get your vaccinations, 100%. You have to. It's important. All these things. But I just never, because I didn't have the flu, I thought that why would I get a vaccine? And now I'm realizing just where we are, that it's not about me, right? I mean, it's about other people, and I don't want to, even with the flu, just have that. So anyway, again, because we tell you every little thing that goes on in our life, that was a conversation we had, and it was just kind of interesting to me since it's just something that they're going to be, I think that they're really encouraging. I mean, they've encouraged everyone the last few years anyway, but...
And Fauci said that you should get the flu shot.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess that's going to happen this year.
It's going to happen.
One thing I will say, so with everything happening, I am always a silver lining person. That's just how it is. But I also have had, you've seen, I've had ups and downs this year. I've had, some really downs where we disconnected. But one thing I did find recently that as someone who has anxiety, who gets really stressed out going to new places or being around a lot of people, being able to see my doctor virtually has changed my life. I don't ever go to the doctor.
I hear you, Darren. And it's true. We've already seen it. Teenage kids wearing masks, never going to happen.
No, I mean, they'll try, but just like when, dress code. But what was I even saying? Totally losing my train of thought, as per usual.
I think along the same lines. I feel like I never needed a flu shot until my sister had kids and gave me the side-eye for it. And now, with the info coming out, I'm open to getting another one. I'm just saying, listen to the science people. That's what they do for a living, science.
Oh yeah, I was talking about the doctor. So yes, having virtual chat with the doctor is, I used to go, for my annual or whatever, even to the dentist, and they would take my blood pressure, and they actually diagnosed me with high blood pressure, and they wanted me to go on medication and all these things, and I was like, I even got a blood pressure machine at home, and I'm like, I don't have high blood pressure.
Wendy, you're going to send Torvald to school tomorrow?
Well, that's okay. I mean, absolutely.
Okay.
So I know that Quimby. Oh, it's online.
Oh.
Okay, I was gonna say it's okay.
No,
we
it's
will support
not.
you.
It's
But
not
yes,
good.
yes. But being able to, if you are someone, and I know, and this is a plug for Quimby, by the way. Quimby has a new YouTube channel, so talking about mental health. So this is a perfect segue. Yes, check out Quimby. Let us know the name of your new. I think it's the Grateful Therapist. And she's looking for topics to talk about, and this is, she's been doing this for a number of years, and I think that it's going to be really, really awesome and empowering. But it's just kind of one of those things that I realized is being able to chat with my healthcare provider on the phone. Really, it's just, I don't feel bad about it. I don't.
Oh, the Grateful Therapist.
Yes.
The therapist thingy.
Yes, it's so nice. I'm very excited. So what else? So TikTok is still around for the time being. There's been all kinds of chats.
No, it's gonna be around.
It's
because the orange dude and all the people are on vacation. So.
We're gonna see. It's, I guess 9:15 was the deadline, but then there were a number of parties interested in purchasing, including
awesome,
Twitter.
Marina. Don't go
Twitter.
back to campus.
So we'll see, but I've still been living it up over there on TikTok. I have learned so many things, and this kind of blends in with what going back to mental health is I have been discovering things about myself that around ADHD, and I've been able to share with Bill like what my brain looks like. And so I know a lot of you you watch us and you're like, oh my gosh, is Tori on caffeine? Is she like this? And honestly,
she's always like this.
It's just, that's how it is. And so being able to kind of connect with others that have the same kind of brain and the kind of way that I do things has really helped. And I just think it's the coolest thing when I can show Bill, this is exactly what my brain looks like. This is how it is all the time. And I have to slow myself down. Yeah. So anyway, TikTok is I'm still loving it. And I did have one video get to 63,000 views. That was kind of cool. Like, I don't know. I mean, again, views don't mean anything. It's not like we get money, but Darren, yes, I would love to get Bill to do a TikTok dance. We did one after the Resellers Helping Resellers giveaway.
That was the clothes changing thing, right?
Yeah, no, the one where we did the silly dance. But there's so many fun dances. I would love to see Bill bust a groove.
How to ADHD on YouTube?
No, I haven't been watching a lot of YouTube because I've been so just like enamored with TikTok and on Instagram. I just started changing up the way that I use Instagram. I have never once used Discover until a few weeks ago, and now I'm actually searching for hashtags and watching things that are relevant.
Laura said, I was watching TikTok the other night and a dog popped up that looked like Lily. I was thinking, wow, that looks like Lily. It was Lily, but it was Tori's video.
I mean, there's a lot of dogs that look like Lily because she has that little the look. Speaking of the look.
The frickin' squirrel on the Seattle News on Sunday mornings that's like, dun, dun, dun.
Oh, yeah. Here she is.
Oh.
She just came over. She's like, hi, everybody. What's going on?
She's a hot mess as well, because when we go to the house, she's calm. Then we come back over here, she's like, "Arr, arr, arr."
Yeah, I don't think anyone believes that she's ever like grr, but she can get that way. She
Yes.
does love our new neighbors though, which is always good. I truly believe that dogs are one of the purest animals ever existing, and I trust a dog's instincts almost as much as I trust Bill's instincts.
Thomas came across Lily's eyeball on an Instagram feed. He was like, what is that?
It was, and that whole thing, so Bill,
it was like the squirrel.
It was if you know what we're talking about, the squirrel, like there's this like a
King
meme or something.
King 5 News, I believe, on
But
Sundays.
I think it was across the thing.
Yeah.
But there was like this squirrel that had this face. It was like bum bum bum, and it was so funny, and the music. But then when Bill the other day in our 2-story house was downstairs and I was upstairs, and then he left to go to the post office, and so she's sitting there at the top of the stairs, just like listening, and she looked really crazy because she kind of is. Anyway, you have to see it to get the humor, but it was pretty funny.
They're crazy.
So yeah, so that is kind of what's going on in our neck of the world. We are bringing Lily with us to the cabin, so this will be the first time she has been out in nature. We did give her flea medication. She is allergic, so she did get sick, but luckily it's just a little bit of a little tummy issue, and now she's fine. But when you go out into the woods,
The grid.
your dog probably should make sure that they're not
Off
going to
the
get
grid.
fleas and ticks. That would be good. So, what is she's eating on the
No idea
towel?
what she's doing.
So that's the haps. That's what's been going on with us.
That's
And
it.
again, we will not. I don't think there's
No,
porcupines.
it's
the
the elevation's too high.
Yeah, it's in
We
the.
have moose and deer.
It's in
rock
Wyoming.
chucks.
The national forest. It's in a national forest in Wyoming, and it's one of those places that it's national land or it's state land. What is it? I don't know.
So, the United States Forest Service owns the land, but the cabin owners own the structures.
Yes.
So they pay like $100 a year for the land.
And then they have exactly. It's so cool. If it wasn't 11 and a half hours away, we would think about getting a cabin out there, but
Ooh, that's gonna be.
I think that's
rough.
never going to happen.
So we're talking about like a full day of travel.
It's gonna
like
be a full day.
24 hours.
I'm gonna put on a music mix and we're gonna sing the whole time.
You want no raccoons. If I see a raccoon, I'm gonna throw a rock at it.
Are there raccoons? There might be raccoons.
I don't think
There's
so.
woodchucks, not woodchucks. Chuckwood? Woodchuck?
Woodchucks. Yeah.
Is it a woodchuck?
No.
Chuckwalla? I don't know. Dad's always
marmot.
talking about there's things.
Marmots.
Marmot? I don't know. But we're gonna come home with
Not
stuff.
a raccoon
With-
for Lara.
Oh my gosh, I just had this brilliant idea. So going back to kind of what Darren was talking about with art and thinking about upcycling, all the branches, I could get some really cool pieces of branches. Now it's not gonna be driftwood. Driftwood, I think that the gals, I think Marina and Michelle have sold driftwood a number of times online.
Lara, there's no freaking monkeys up there.
But with
Stop.
getting some really cool branches and
A
also
monkey?
pine cones because we're coming up on holiday season.
Peyton's a
Oh,
monkey.
I could do so many cool little creative things with those. Oh,
We're not bringing branches back.
why not?
There
We're driving.
There might be ticks on them.
Wait, there's ticks on branches?
Yes.
But then
Yeah.
why do people pick up branches all the time?
They're dummies.
Oh, you know what happened one time? So one time we had neighbors that had a big ol' stump that was not connected to the ground. It was a big stump. And they left their house, they sold it, so the stump was there. So I brought this stump all the way home because I thought it would be the perfect height for the table. I brought it, I put it in the yard, I was so excited, put your drinks on it, it was so cool. And then about a week later, there was ants everywhere, and apparently it was infested with ants. And so we were never able to get rid of those ants, but we did get rid of that stump. But that's
Imagine
also
that.
why they say, with pallets and stuff, you always have to be careful you don't bring those things into your house.
Correct.
So I get that, but can't you spray it with something? No? I don't know.
Agent Orange.
Oh, that probably makes sense.
See?
I bet there might be a law that says that coming from Wyoming to Washington, there might be something in place. I guess I should, I will. Yeah, and Washington has huge tree disease here, right?
Yes.
That's a big thing.
It is.
Okay, never mind. I guess I'm not going to do that. Maybe I'll get rocks. I'm trying to think of a creative way to bring Wyoming home. Bring it home. Yes. So what else has been going on? I think that's about it. I did make some new masks. I always like to show you what I'm doing with masks. So I got this sheet, this 1989, this vintage 1989. It actually is stamped with the year on it, but it's this vintage 1989 sheet. So I've been using it to make these masks. I don't know where the other one went, but this is one of the styles because there's so many of these different little, what do you call it? Is that the symbol?
Yep.
The little symbol?
That symbol.
So I'm using my
I need help.
upcycled denim, and then I'm just putting this on with stitch witchery, some stitches, and then a little thing here. So it's just a new fun little upcycled style. And then I tried today to make a mask bag. The prototype didn't quite work out, so I'm sending it to a friend. Yeah, that's what's happening. But again, always look for things around you that you can upcycle, do something with, and I'm really, in 2 days we will be at the cabin and then we will be moving, and wow. We will be back in September, and I will be doing more YouTube videos because I know that I have not been doing YouTube videos at all. Really, it's just been everything going on. I just have not had time. But I will. September is going to be. I feel like September is going to be a new thing. Yes, thank you, Lisette, for bringing that up.
Yes.
Lisette is going to be having her first virtual Posh and Coffee. So exciting.
I wish we would be there, but we will not be having any internet.
No, but we are supporting. We posted it online, hopefully encouraging people. So if anyone wants to attend a Posh and Coffee, join Lisette. She's amazing, and I think what is the talking point? So what are the topics you're going to be talking about? I think it was. I don't remember. I remember reading it, but my brain won't retain that information. So
That's what, 7 o'clock PST?
I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know. But yes, it's very exciting times. So if anyone has anything else they want to add, like you want to toot your own horn or let us know what you're working on, let everyone know in the comments before we sign off. Always, again, about supporting each other. If you have a small business, if you have a handcrafted business on Etsy or a Poshmark closet, just make sure you share that information, comment, let everyone know, because we're all in this to support each other. And sometimes you do have to toot your own horn a little bit to let people know that you are out there. And it takes a little while to learn that. But how's your team doing, Bede?
Good. Up 2-1.
Are they winning? I think
Yeah.
his team is winning. If you're wondering, Bill's team is hockey, which is actually on right now.
My team is not hockey.
Your sport of hockey is on right now, and
Correct.
your team of the Chicago Blackhawks are playing.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're gonna have to play their
Yes.
butts off.
So that is it, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I am so happy we got to chat with all of you this week because, it's been too long. And we will be back great and excited and giving you the tour of the house when the floors are done in September.
Let's hope.
So excited. Yes. Oh, she has some Blackhawk swim trunks for sale. Are they a size small? A size 30?
29 would
Ooh,
be better.
uses tables with tree stumps. Okay, yeah, it would make sense that you need to treat it first, because if
yeah.
not, you could have ant infestations. I don't know. So that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Always so amazing. And until next time.
Be safe.
Yes. Be
Please.
safe and see ya.